Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming to the annual Spring Band Concert. We're very excited for you, and thank you so much for supporting our band students. We will begin with the beginning band. This is 6th grade. They have spent the last 9 months learning their instrument. And raise your hand if you've heard your kids practice at home. Okay, raise your hand if you remember maybe when they might have sounded like a squawking chicken. Okay, I hope that over the last 9 months that sound has gone away a little bit. I am so proud of the 6th grade class. They have done an amazing job. They did go to Fairgrove competition in April, and the judges had a lot of great things to say. They loved the sound that they did. It was very exciting. And it's been 2 weeks later since then, and they've improved even more since that competition. So we are going to start with kind of some fun pop tunes. We've got Shark Attack, We Will Rock You, and Seven Nations Army. our next three pieces, the first one is Code Name Band. Music is very much like a code. It's a lot of dots and rhythms and symbols, and again, these kids have had to learn and read a whole new language. So it's been a great year doing that. Then the last two pieces that we're doing are the two pieces that they went to competition with in Fairgrove. We have Big Bad Band and 7-Note Medley. In 7-Note Medley, there will be a lot of tunes that you guys probably will recognize. So again, let's give it to our beginning 6th grade band. fine 7th and 8th grade band. This year, they actually did a couple of new things. A lot of them marched with the high school band at the Kabul Christmas Parade and at the Mansfield Christmas Parade. So if you thought we looked a little larger, we were. We added some new students, and it was really fun. This group also did an extra competition this year. They went to the Marshfield Junior High competition, and they received a 1-, which is actually the highest rating any of our middle school groups have gotten in the last 3 years. So that was very exciting for them too. They will also be competing again at the Worlds of Fun Music in the Parks competition on May 17th. They'll be joining the high school band, and you'll actually hear their competition pieces later this evening. We're going to start with a piece called Beauty and the Beast. It's a great beginning band, kind of young band piece. It really showcases the difference between soft and flowing music and kind of aggressive and powerful music. So we hope you enjoy it. Woo! But we kind of put some words to our song, and actually it's very fitting for Mother's Day that's coming up. So we're going to sing the little words that we put to it. Can y'all do it together? Okay, here goes. 1, 2, 3, and my mom is loved as my mother. I really love her well. My mom is loved as my mother. I really love my mom. Cha-cha-cha. So you will hear that melody today. And I'd like to point out my mother is here, and it was her birthday yesterday, so going to switch over to high school, and I'm also going to be presenting really quickly some of our middle school awards. A reminder, our high school fine arts banquet is immediately after the concert, where I will be handing out all of the high school band awards. High school, if you'll come on down and get set up. All right, middle school, when I call your name, if you will come down, grab your award, and just make a line. All right, first up, we have the SC NWA Junior High Honor Band Award. We have
a lot of students that are nominated for this. There's a committee of schools in our area that they pick students, and so three of our students were actually selected. So the first one was Hartley Hayes. The second one was Savannah Clough. The third one was Matthew Voorhees. All right, so that is an honor band that is all of the districts from here to Springfield. So it's a massive district. Now the second conference honor band they do is one that is just in our sports conference. So when you go to ball games, we play against different schools. Well, those schools also have bands, and so it's a little bit of a smaller group. But these students were recognized and honored and got to participate in the Summit Conference Honor Band. We have Xavier Brazil.
Xavier Brazil, Savannah Clough, thank you, Nicole Marshall, Delilah Arnold, and Harley Haynes. And Chloe Ann Bremer. There were high school students that also were involved in the Summit Conference Band, but they will receive their certificates at the Fine Arts Banquet after this concert. All right, can we give a hand to all of our Conference Honor Band students? All right, next, we had several students that decided to go above and beyond this year and prepare either a solo or an ensemble. So they played in front of a judge completely by themselves. They had a little piano track that they played with, and they put a lot of time and effort into performing. They were coming in during lunchtime, during tea time. Several of them came after school. They had practice time during class, so they put in a lot of work this year. And all of our middle school solos and ensembles received a 1 rating, which is the highest rating that you can get for the judge. So first off is Delilah Arnold for her solo. Nicole Marshall. Savannah Clough. Harley Haynes. Colby Glenn. Chloe Brazil. Okay, so all of those students did a solo. Now, oh, and Matthew Voorhees, I'm so sorry, Matthew. Yeah, I couldn't get you your award. Matthew Voorhees also took a solo and received a 1 rating. The next couple of students did an ensemble, which means they either were in a trio or in a quartet, and they also received a 1 rating. We have Willow Eagleston.
Yeah! That's my sister!
Tristan
Yeah,
Elijah.
that's my sister too!
Delilah Arnold. Hoy Brazil. Savannah Clough. take solos and ensembles to Fairground. Good job. All right, these are going to be a little bit out of order. These are awards that students voted on. So everybody in their different groups voted on Best Percussion, Best Woodwind, which is flute, saxophone, clarinet, and Best Brass, which is trumpet, trombone, and baritone. They're going to be a little bit different grade levels. For 7th and 8th grade, 7th grade, sorry, is Willow Eagleston as Best Percussionist. All right, and then for beginning band, Best Percussionist was Jace Whitener. For 6th grade beginning band, Best Woodwind was voted Cash Holyoke. And then for 7th grade, they could not decide between flute and clarinet and saxophone, so we split it up. So Best Woodwind Flute was voted Savannah Cluck. And Best Woodwind Reeds was Xavier Brazil. For Best Brass for 6th grade, the students voted for Vivi Rumman. For 7th grade, Best Brass went to Chloe Ann Bremer. For 6th grade, they voted for the Positivity Award, and Miss Lily Warren won Positivity. For 6th grade, they also voted for Hardest Worker, and that was Cash Holyoke. The next 4 awards are ones that I pick. I do have a lot of criteria that I look at, but one of the ones that I look at is who is involved the most, taking a solo, taking an ensemble, also doing the conference honor bands and that kind of thing, and then also musicianship, who is always practicing and just working really, really hard. So the first one that I did was the Growth Award for 7th grade. This person started a brand new instrument this year. They started on flute and then went to baritone. And let me tell you, every time I hear this girl play, she is amazing. So Chloe Ann Bremer gets the Growth Award. For 6th grade, we have another student that he started on saxophone first semester, and then second semester moved to trumpet, and he is playing right along with all the other trumpet players that started at the beginning of the year. Brantley Neal. All right, and our last 2 awards are Outstanding Musician Awards. This again is students that just have gone above and beyond when they play. It is noticeable that they are going home and practicing. They sound amazing. They come into class every day. They're super excited. They're ready to play. They're already practicing before everybody else, and just are a great contributor to our group. For 6th grade, Remington Harris. And for 7th grade, Savannah Clough. Please give a hand to all of our award recipients. All right, next up is our high school Lion Pride band. They will be playing Mustang March. They recently competed at Parkview Concert Classic, and they received a 1 rating, which is the highest rating they could receive. They also played after a band that was like 60 people. So these judges really had such high compliments for our high school kids. They were raving about every single one of them. One comment was that they could tell every single person in the group had practiced, had really prepared their part, and was doing an amazing job. Another one said that he had seen small bands all across Missouri and other states, and that he would remember our performance, that it was that spectacular. So we're going to start with Mustang March. All right, next we have a special spotlight. Our one senior is Hudson Breitkamp, and this kid is incredible. He plays so many different instruments. He plays the piano, he plays the guitar. I'm surprised he doesn't sing. He's an amazing snare drummer. He's really been an asset to our drum line, and he also plays marimba. And if y'all have been on YouTube, the young kids these days, they like this song called Rush E. It's really popular. So he was going to play Rush E on the marimba, and the band are coming in. And we are combining 7th and 8th grade again with our high school. So today's competition is after the last day of school. They're playing 2 pieces, Salvation is Created, and Count Rockula. Grab some chairs. There should be a seating chart. So our last 2 pieces are going to be combined. It's a good problem to have when you're running out of chairs and band. All right, this is our final piece. This is Count Rockula. Again, thank you so much for coming out and supporting our band students. I hope especially for our 6th grade and our 6th grade parents, they see the progression from 6th grade all the way up to high school and just how far your students can go in music and music education. High school parents, when this is over, please head to the cafeteria, and that is where the High School Fine Arts Awards is. Feel free to grab drinks and refreshments. 6th and 7th grade, I can use some help kind of packing everything up. We're going to keep the tarp down, but everything else is going to go in my classroom. Again, thank you so so much for coming out and supporting our band students, and I hope you have a good rest of your evening. Thank you again, everyone, and have a great night.
I don't have to. Oh, let's go there. See her?
Oh yeah.